First Contact and Declaration of War. Grand Admiral Xorak of the Terrasian Empire stood before the massive holographic display, his scaled skin reflecting the blue glow of the projection. The small blue-green planet rotated slowly in the center of the war chamber, drawing the attention of the 12 council members seated around the circular table. Their ceremonial armor clinked softly as they shifted in their seats, awaiting the Admiral's assessment. Earth, Xorak announced, his voice deep and resonant in the chamber's perfect acoustics. Third planet of an unremarkable yellow star at the edge of the Orion Arm, inhabited by a bipedal species that calls itself human. Our preliminary scans indicate minimal space travel capabilities, rudimentary weapons technology, and no unified planetary defense system. Strategic analyst Vexnar rose from her seat, her forearms gesturing at the hologram as she spoke. The humans have only managed to establish a small orbital station and have barely set foot on their own moon. Their civilization is fragmented into nearly 200 political entities that frequently engage in regional conflicts. They expend more resources fighting among themselves than advancing their technology. Primitive, agreed War Minister Cole, his mandibles clicking with barely contained eagerness. Their most advanced weapons rely on chemical propellants and crude nuclear fission. They've barely mastered basic computing, let alone quantum entanglement or dark matter manipulation. Xorak zoomed the hologram outward to reveal the Terrasian battle fleet in position just beyond the human detection range. 5,000 warships arranged in perfect tactical formation, each capable of reducing a planet's cities to ash within hours. The Emperor has decreed that the third expansion will proceed according to schedule, Xorak stated. Earth's location offers strategic advantages for our push into this galactic sector, and its resources will fuel our continued advance. The human population will serve as labor force in our industrial facilities. Elder Counselor Jen, the oldest among the War Council, raised a gnarled hand. Admiral, if I may, the Xenobiology Division has submitted some concerning findings about these humans. Speak, Elder, Xorak permitted with a slight nod. While technologically primitive, humans show remarkable adaptability and resilience. Their evolutionary history includes surviving multiple extinction-level events. More concerning is their tendency toward rapid technological advancement during periods of conflict. Xorak waved away the concern. All species fight for survival, Elder. But not like these humans, Jen insisted. They developed weapons before writing systems. Their most significant technological advancements have come during warfare. They achieved nuclear technology not for energy production, but for creating weapons. Their space program evolved from missile technology. They are uniquely aggressive adapters. You suggest we should fear these creatures. Xorak's tone carried a dangerous edge. Jen bowed his head respectfully. I suggest only prudence, Admiral. Standard protocol would recommend comprehensive study before engagement. Xorak turned back to the hologram, his decision already made. The Terrasian Empire has conquered 642 worlds across 39 star systems. We will not delay the third expansion for one primitive planet. He raised his command staff, its crystalline tip pulsing with energy. Prepare the invasion fleet. Send the standard ultimatum. Surrender or face annihilation. And if they resist, asked Vexnar. Xorak's mouth curled into what passed for a smile among his species. Then we will educate them about their place in the universe. In a hidden command center 2 kilometers beneath the Mariana Trench, Director Samira Patel of the United Earth Defense Initiative reviewed the intercepted Terrasian transmissions. Around the oval table sat the 24 leaders of Earth's Unified Defense Command, a secret organization unknown to the public and most governments. They think we're divided, Patel observed, her voice steady despite the existential threat displayed on the screen surrounding them. Good. General Zhang, commander of the Asian Continental Forces, nodded. The deception has worked precisely as intended. They have no idea about the unification accords. Or the lunar manufacturing complexes, added Admiral Rodriguez. "Or the Mars Defense Grid," said General Okonkwo. "Or the Jupiter shipyards," continued Fleet Commander Ivanovo with a slight smile. Dr. Takahashi, head of advanced technology, cleared her throat. "Director, our analysis of the Terrasian fleet matches our predictions from the Alpha Centauri probe data. They rely heavily on phased plasma weapons and quantum-folded shields. Their FTL drives use artificial wormhole generation. Vulnerabilities," Patel asked. "Excellent. Prepare tow. Energy spike." The sensor officer suddenly shouted. Massive power signatures activating throughout the system. Before Xorek could respond, a shimmering energy field appeared around Earth, emanating from previously undetected generators. Simultaneously, hundreds of stealth platforms materialized in orbit, their cloaking fields dropping to reveal advanced weapon systems. "Impossible," Xorek whispered as the tactical display updated. "Where did these come from?" On Earth, Director Patel gave the command. "Activate defensive measures. Selective targeting only." The dark energy batteries fired in perfect synchronization. Beams of concentrated dark energy, invisible to Terrasian sensors until impact, struck the lead Terrasian vessels. The exotic particles bypassed their shields completely, causing catastrophic failures in their power cores. 20 Terrasian warships exploded simultaneously. Another 30 lost propulsion and weapon systems, drifting helplessly in space. The remaining vessels attempted to return fire, but their plasma bolts dissipated harmlessly against Earth's energy shield. "Graviton disruptors. Target their wormhole generators," Patel ordered. Precision gravitational waves rippled outward, interfering with the delicate wormhole generators on the Terrasian ships. As they attempted emergency jumps to escape, the destabilized wormholes collapsed, trapping half the fleet in normal space. Aboard the inevitable Victory, chaos reigned. "Admiral, we've lost contact with the first attack wave. 40% of our vessels are destroyed or disabled." "Impossible," Xorek roared. "They're primitives. They can't have this technology." "Unknown vessels detected," another officer reported frantically. "They're appearing throughout the system, hundreds of them." The holographic display revealed the truth as human warships emerged from hidden bases on the Moon, Mars, and the asteroid belt, a complete fleet that had been concealed from Terrasian sensors. For the first time in his long military career, Grand Admiral Xorek felt fear. Director Patel's voice came through once more. "Your invasion force has been neutralized, Admiral. Phase 1 of our response is complete. Phase 2 begins now." The human counteroffensive. Grand Admiral Xorek stared at the tactical display in stunned silence as his invasion fleet disintegrated before his eyes. What had begun as a routine conquest now threatened to become the greatest military disaster in Terrasian history. His second-in-command, Sub-Admiral Kelver, approached cautiously. "Admiral, we must retreat and regroup. The humans possess technology far beyond our intelligence estimates. They've disabled over 60% of our forward elements and show no signs of technological strain." Xorek's scales darkened with rage. "How is this possible? Our scouts reported a fractured, primitive civilization." "They deceived us," Kelver stated the obvious. "Their apparent division was a facade. Their primitive technology was a mask. They allowed us to see what they wanted us to see." On the main view screen, Director Patel's face appeared again. "Admiral Xorek, this transmission serves as formal notification that the United Earth Defense Force is now initiating full counteroffensive measures under Protocol Prometheus. Your unprovoked aggression against Earth has triggered our predetermined response." Xorek bristled. "Your threats are meaningless, human. The might of the Terrasian Empire extends across 39 star systems. This initial setback changes nothing. We will return with a force that will reduce your world to ash." Patel's expression remained unchanged. "You misunderstand, Admiral. We are not threatening you. We are informing you of what is already happening." The transmission ended. Moments later, Alarm klaxons blared throughout the inevitable victory. Multiple spatial distortions detected throughout the fleet. The sensor officer shouted, "Pattern matches Earth technology signatures." Holloway watched in horror as sleek, dark vessels materialized within his defensive formation, hundreds of them, appearing from nowhere as their advanced stealth systems deactivated. These were not the defensive platforms that had repelled the initial attack. These were warships, streamlined and predatory. "All vessels, open fire," Hellerek commanded, but it was too late. The human ships launched their attack with devastating precision. Dark energy lances sliced through Terrasian shields as if they weren't there. Graviton disruptors disabled propulsion systems and weapons arrays. The coordinated assault displayed a level of tactical sophistication that left the Terrasian commanders reeling. "Emergency jump," Sorek ordered. "All vessels, retreat to rally point Sigma." Only a third of his remaining ships managed to engage their wormhole generators before the humans' graviton disruptors could target them. The rest, including the flagship Inevitable Victory, found themselves stranded. "Admiral," Kelver said quietly, "we must surrender the ship." Thorak rounded on him furiously. "Terrasian warships do not surrender." "Then we die for nothing," Kelvor replied. "The humans have disabled our weapons, our engines, and our communications. They could destroy us at any moment, yet they haven't. They want something." Before Sorek could respond, the bridge doors slid open. A squad of human soldiers in powered combat armor entered, weapons at the ready. Behind them walked a woman Sorek recognized from the transmissions. Director Samira Patel herself. "Grand Admiral Sorek," she said, her voice calm as if discussing the weather. "Your vessel is now under Earth control. Your crew will be treated according to intergalactic humanitarian standards, standards your empire may not recognize, but we do." Kelrek's pride demanded defiance, but reality demanded pragmatism. "What do you want?" "First, the command codes for your remaining fleet. Second, access to your navigation database. And third, a direct communication link to your emperor." At the same moment, across the solar system, humanity's counteroffensive was already unfolding with ruthless efficiency. The Ghost Fleet, Earth's hidden armada of advanced warships, had divided into 3 battle groups. Battle Group Alpha, led by Fleet Commander Ivanova aboard the EDS Indomitable, pursued the retreating Terrasian vessels. Using the intelligence gleaned from captured Terrasian navigation data, they calculated the exact coordinates of Rally Point Sigma. When the battered Terrasian ships emerged from their emergency jumps, they found the human fleet waiting for them. "All vessels, precision targeting only," Ivanova commanded. "Disable, don't destroy. We want prisoners, not martyrs." Battle Group Beta, under Admiral Rodriguez, secured the Sol system, establishing defensive perimeters and gathering intelligence from captured Terrasian vessels. Engineers and scientists eagerly examined the alien technology, already identifying improvements for human systems. Battle Group Gamma, commanded by General Zhang, prepared for the most audacious phase of Protocol Prometheus, a direct strike at the heart of the Terrasian Empire. In the Mariana Trench Command Center, the United Earth Defense Council monitored all 3 operations simultaneously. Dr. Takahashi approached Director Patel with a tablet displaying the latest intelligence. "The Terrasian Empire is exactly what we anticipated. A bully state that expanded through intimidation and overwhelming force against less advanced civilizations. They've never encountered significant resistance before. And now, they don't know how to respond to it," Patel concluded. "Precisely. Their command structure is centralized and rigid. With their primary fleet disabled and their Grand Admiral captured, their chain of command is in disarray." General Okonkwo joined them, his expression grave. "Director, Battle Group Gamma is in position for the jump to the Terrasian homeworld. Are we certain this level of escalation is necessary?" Patel turned to the tactical display, showing the Ghost Fleet's positions throughout the solar system and beyond. "The Terrasians came to our home with the intention of subjugating our people and stripping our world of resources. If we merely repel them, they will return with greater numbers. The only language empires like theirs understand is force. She tapped commands into her console, bringing up historical data. In 1941, Japan attacked Pearl Harbor believing America was weak and divided. They learned their mistake when America brought the war to their doorstep. In 2031, we discovered the Tunguska artifacts and learned we were not alone in the universe. We've spent 70 years preparing for this moment, not just to defend, but to ensure humanity's place among the stars. Okonkwo nodded slowly. I understand the strategic necessity. I just hope we don't become what we're fighting. We won't, Patel assured him. Authorize Battle Group Gamma to proceed, but with explicit parameters, military targets only, minimal civilian casualties, proportional response. On the bridge of the EDS Retribution, General Zhang received the authorization codes for Operation Prometheus Final Phase. The battle group of 200 advanced warships have positioned themselves at the calculated jump point using the coordinates extracted from the Terrasian navigation database. All vessels report ready, General, his executive officer reported. Zhang took a moment to consider the historical significance of what they were about to do. Humanity's first military operation beyond its home system, a direct strike at an interstellar empire that had threatened Earth's existence. Initiate synchronized jump, he ordered. Combat stations upon arrival. The human fleet engaged their advanced warp drives, technology reverse-engineered and improved from the Tunguska artifacts. Unlike the Terrasian wormhole generators that required extensive calculations and stabilization time, human warp drives created controlled dimensional folds, allowing for near-instantaneous transit across vast distances. The fleet emerged from warp space in perfect formation, directly above the Terrasian homeworld of Terrazas Prime. The planet's orbital defenses were substantial: defense platforms, orbital shipyards, and a reserve fleet of several hundred vessels. But all were oriented outward, designed to repel attacks from beyond the system. None were prepared for an enemy that could appear without warning directly above the capital. They're scrambling to respond, the tactical officer reported. Estimating 40 seconds until their orbital platforms can target us. Deploy graviton disruptors, Zhang ordered. Target their command and control nodes first, weapons platforms second. Maintain positional integrity and remember our mission parameters. The human attack unfolded with surgical precision. Dark energy lances disabled the Terrasian defense platforms before they could bring their weapons to bear. Graviton disruptors neutralized the reserve fleet's ability to launch or maneuver. Within minutes, Earth forces had achieved complete orbital superiority, with minimal Terrasian casualties. General, we're receiving a transmission from the Imperial Palace, the communications officer reported. The view screen activated to show a Terrasian in elaborate ceremonial armor, his scales adorned with precious metals and gemstones. Emperor Xolverex himself had chosen to address the invaders. Who dares attack the sacred homeworld of the eternal Terrasian Empire? He demanded, though his voice lacked the confidence his words attempted to project. General Zhang responded calmly. I am General Mai Zong of the United Earth Defense Force. Your forces attacked our world without provocation. We have responded in kind. Impossible, the Emperor blustered. You are primitives. You cannot possess such technology. Your intelligence was flawed, Zhang stated simply. We are transmitting our terms now. They are not negotiable. The terms appeared before the Emperor, whose eyes widened as he read. Complete withdrawal of all Terrasian forces from Earth space. Reparations for the attempted invasion. Recognition of Earth's sovereignty and all human-controlled territory. A non-aggression treaty backed by the threat of immediate and overwhelming response to any future hostilities. This is outrageous, the Emperor sputtered. The Terrasian Empire does not bow to. Zhang cut him off. To demonstrate our seriousness, please direct your attention to your southwestern continent. A precise dark energy beam from the Retribution struck an uninhabited mountain range on the Teresian homeworld. The resulting explosion was visible from orbit, a demonstration of power, not a civilian attack. That was a weapon operating at 5% capacity, Zhang informed the stunned emperor. We have 200 ships in orbit, each carrying multiple such weapons. You have 1 hour to accept our terms, or we will be forced to disable your entire planetary defense infrastructure. The emperor's bluster vanished. I will convene the Imperial Council immediately. The transmission ended. General Zhang turned to his executive officer. Maintain combat readiness, but no further demonstrations unless fired upon. Within 45 minutes, the Teresian Empire, which had conquered 642 worlds across 39 star systems over 3 centuries, formally surrendered to a species they had dismissed as primitive just days earlier. 6 months later, Director Patel stood before the United Nations General Assembly as humanity finally learned the full truth. The secret program that had begun with the discovery of alien technology in Tunguska in 2031. The Unification Accord signed in secret by world leaders in 2039. The hidden technological development and military buildup that had continued for decades while maintaining the illusion of a divided planet. Today, humanity stands at a crossroads. Patel told the assembled representatives and the billions watching worldwide. For 70 years, we prepared in secret for a threat we knew would eventually come. Now that threat has been neutralized, but we are no longer alone in the universe. The galaxy now knows of our existence, our capabilities, and our resolve. She gestured to the delegation of Teresian representatives seated in the chamber, no longer conquerors but diplomats seeking peaceful relations with Earth. The Teresian Empire has honored its agreements. Their forces have withdrawn from our space. Reparations have begun. And most importantly, word has spread throughout nearby star systems. Humanity is no longer seen as an easy target, but as a force to be respected. Patel looked out at the assembly, her expression solemn. We defended ourselves when threatened, as was necessary. But our true test begins now. Will we use our newly revealed strength to become conquerors ourselves? Or will we become something greater? A stabilizing force, a defender of peace, a civilization that combines technological might with moral clarity. She paused, letting her words sink in. The deception is over. The mask is off. Now, humanity must show the galaxy who we truly are. In the depths of space, the Ghost Fleet continued its patrols, a silent guardian of Earth and its newfound place among the stars. Humanity had surprised the galaxy once by revealing its hidden strength. Now it would surprise the galaxy again, not with the force of its weapons, but with the power of its ideals.